Hello everyone, and I hope all of you are having a great rest of your day and evening out there, wherever all of you may be, and I would like to welcome all of you to the Musical Circle. If you are listening to the Musical Circle for the very first time, or just coming back to the Musical Circle, welcome or welcome back. Make yourself comfortable, and thank you for listening and spending time with the Musical Circle. We are 4 episodes away from episode 75, and another 29 from 100 episodes, and we got a lot going on with the Musical Circle, which we will get into in just a moment. I am Ben Charles, the host and the voice of the Musical Circle, on your Thursday, May the 8th, 2025, with episode 71, which is titled The Rewards of Success. First of all, if any of you missed last Thursday's episode, which was on the 1st of May, with episode 70, which was titled Hard Work Pays Off, you all can find that episode on demand with the Rainbow Player at rainbow-radio.co.uk, where you can find every Musical Circle episode and content, all available for all of you on demand and on the go as well. Thank you all for listening over there, as well as on Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, YouTube, and YouTube Music as well. And keep in mind, these are all in audio form, but it does not mean it can be in video form either in the near future. It might be in video form in the future, but we'll talk about that when we get there. Also, episode 70 is on Spotify, which a couple of you did ask for personally, so it is on there as well, so go out and listen to it whenever you have a chance, because you all know how strict Spotify can be with specific shows such as the Musical Circle. Either way, we have a lot of you enjoying that episode, so thank you all for the incredible support for the Musical Circle. A lot of you gave me a lot of positive feedback concerning last week's episode, and we got people from many different places, from gyms, pubs, bars, at home, driving around in cars, listening on their phones, or any other devices, which means a lot to myself and everyone at the Musical Circle that all of you are here at this moment in time. It makes me happy to know that we got a good amount of you who just want to have a good time as much as possible. Some of you also find comfort and peace in the Musical Circle, which I just want to say thank you. Which I deeply appreciate all of you so much if you really feel that way. Remember, there are no sections for the Musical Circle this week, but it does not mean we can't have a good time. So wherever all of you are, get ready, grab you something to eat and drink, be grateful, smile, remember that you are here with the Musical Circle, and most of all, let's have some fun. We will play the first song on the Musical Circle, which is from her 2024 album, Believe Me Now, with a question mark at the end of that, which is performed by the singer Becky Hill with her song, Lonely Again.
Spend the rest of your life knowing you refuse to ever be lonely again. earth will never shake. Hey, yeah. With my hand in the air, I'll make an oath to always stay by your side. I will be there through your darkest nights. I'm here till the day I die. So tell me how it feels to know you'll never be lonely again. You'll spend the rest of your life knowing you refuse to ever be lonely again and again and again. So tell me how it feels to see your future is right here with me. Believe that you got the freedom to choose. Refuse to ever be lonely again and again and again and again. And again, never lonely again and again and again, never lonely again and again, never lonely again and again and again, never lonely again. Never lonely again and again and again, never lonely again and again and again, never lonely again and again, never be lonely again and again, never lonely again and again and again, never lonely again and again, never lonely again and never be lonely again and again and again, never lonely again and again and again, never lonely again and again, never lonely again and again, never lonely again.
And that song that you all just heard on the Musical Circle was the song called Lonely Again by the singer Becky Hill from her 2024 album called Believe Me Now by Becky Hill, with once again her song Lonely Again. Hope all of you enjoyed that song and hope all of you enjoyed the wonderful voice of Becky Hill here on the Musical Circle. Once again, that was Lonely Again by Becky Hill, and I do hope all of you are not feeling lonely listening to the Musical Circle. Also, before we go to our next song, a quick little reminder, everyone, that we do have merch for the Musical Circle, which is available at merch.rainbowradio.uk, which you all can find all of the incredible clothes and collection of stuff for the Musical Circle. We have t-shirts, we have hoodies, we have shorts, we have tumblers for those of you who like to run out there, for those of you who like to jog out there every couple of miles or so, and we have a lot of interesting stuff coming up for the Musical Circle in the near future, so look out for that. But do go to merch.rainbowradio.uk for those of you who want some merch for the Musical Circle and who want to support the Musical Circle, which also supports the entire station, Rainbow Radio Wells, as well. As we head now into the next song from 2022, this is by ANOTR and Abel Balder with their song called Relax My Eyes.
Relax my eyes, I see flashing lights, I'm not alone. Are you alright? On the other side, I can feel you close. I feel alive, hear the drums get high and the bass down low. Open your mind, we could dance all night, don't wanna go.
And that song that you all just heard was the song called Relax My Eyes by the dance duo ANOTR, featuring the producer and DJ Abel, which I hope all of you enjoyed here on this episode of The Musical Circle. That song was from 2022, and I hope all of you enjoyed the song Relax My Eyes by ANOTR and Abel. Hope you guys liked that song here on The Musical Circle. And we still got a lot more still to come here on The Musical Circle. We're only 2 songs into The Musical Circle, and we have a couple of newer songs that will be sprinkled in a little bit throughout the entire show. So hopefully all of you do find some new music here with this episode of The Musical Circle, and hopefully all of you are having a good time with The Musical Circle. We'll head into the very next dance song with this next song from 2014 from his album Motion by Calvin Harris and Ellie Goulding with their song Outside.
Look at what you've done. Stand still, falling away from me. When it takes so long, fire's out. What do you want to be? Now I'm holding on. Why
And that song that you all just heard here on the Musical Circle with Ben Charles was the song called Outside by Calvin Harris and Ellie Goulding from Calvin Harris's 2014 album called Motion by Calvin Harris, which I hope all of you enjoyed here on this episode of the Musical Circle, once again with the song Outside by Calvin Harris and Ellie Goulding. Hope you guys like that song. There is another Calvin Harris song coming up later on in this same exact episode of the Musical Circle, so stick around for that other Calvin Harris song as well. We'll get to that when we get there, but we are 3 songs into the Musical Circle, and I would like to provide all of you with a little bit of a fun story behind this next song that we are about to play. So my friend Melissa, who is also the producer of the Musical Circle show, so she basically was recommending me songs, and she was telling me, hey, you got to check these guys out. You got to listen to their music. So they just recently released their newest EP, which is called Communicate, and they are going to make their Musical Circle debut on this episode of the Musical Circle. Please welcome the dance duo known as Sultan and Shepherd with their song, which is called Mainline. And that song that you all just heard here on the Musical Circle with Ben Charles was the song called Mainline by the dance duo Sultan and Shepherd, who just made their Musical Circle debut, and that song was from their newest EP, which is called Communicate, which dropped last Tuesday on the 29th of April. Check that EP and that album out as well. Sultan and Shepherd with their newest EP, which is called Communicate. Check that out as well. They also have been releasing some newer music as well, but I hope all of you enjoyed that song called Mainline by the dance duo Sultan and Shepherd. Check the music out if you have not already. But right now, with the last 4 songs being constant bangers and constant dance music, but right now we're going to relax everyone a little bit. We're going to calm things down a little bit, but keep the vibes pretty good here on Musical Circle. So I actually have a little bit of a quick story behind this next song that we're going to play in just a little bit. My friend, his name is Patrick, right? And he recommended me this song, which is also by the group Daft Punk. Fun fact, Daft Punk was on the show last week, and this is from the same exact album. As a matter of fact, this is the third to last song from the album Random Access Memories, and I did not know that. And I asked Patrick, I asked him, how do you know this song and I don't? That is that is funny to me. I don't understand why I have never heard of this song before until this exact moment. And I'm thinking to myself, dude, how did I forget about this song? This song is actually pretty fire. So I was like, you know what? Let's have it on the Musical Circle. This is from the album I just mentioned, Random Access Memories. This is by Daft Punk featuring the producer Todd Edwards with his song and their song called Fragments of Time.
Everywhere
And that song that you all just heard on the Musical Circle was the song Fragments of Time by Daft Punk and producer Todd Edwards from Daft Punk's 2013 album Random Access Memories, a song that I recently forgot about, but it is not going to be forgotten about no time soon by myself. And I hope all of you enjoyed that song, Fragments of Time by Daft Punk. For 2 weeks in a row, Daft Punk is on the Musical Circle, and it's been a lot of fun so far. But right now, we're going to play another nice song for all of you. This is a throwback song. This next song is from the 80s. This is from the 1986 album called A Kind of Magic, and this is by the band, the wonderful band, known as Queen, with the song A Kind of Magic.
It's a kind of magic. It's a kind of magic. A kind of magic. One dream, one soul, one prize, one golden glance of what should be. It's a kind of magic. One shaft of light that shows the way. No mortal man can win this day. It's a kind of magic. The bell that rings inside your mind is challenging the doors of time. It's a kind of magic. The waiting seems eternity. The day will dawn on Saturday. Is this the kind of magic? It's a kind of magic that can be all we want. This rage that lasts 1,000 years will soon be done. This flame that burns inside of me, I'm hearing secret harmony. It's a kind of magic. The bell that rings inside your mind is challenging the doors of time. It's a kind of magic. It's a kind of magic. This rain that lasts 1,000 years will soon be done. This is a kind of magic that can be only one. This rain that lasts 1,000 years will soon be done. It's a kind of magic. It's a kind of magic, 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 magic.
And that song that you all just heard on the Musical Circle was the song called A Kind of Magic by the rock band known as Queen from the 1986 album also known as A Kind of Magic by the rock band Queen, which I hope all of you enjoyed here on this episode of the Musical Circle. We are 6 songs into the Musical Circle, and the song you all just heard a moment ago, A Kind of Magic by the band Queen. Hope you guys like that song here on the Musical Circle. The next 3 songs are all brand new songs. All new music in these next 3 songs for everyone here on the Musical Circle, which I hope all of you do have a great time with. And by the way, do check out all of these songs and check out all of these great performers and all of these great musicians and everything of that nature. So we're going to go now into the very next song. This is from their newest album, which is called Pleasure. This came out last Friday before this episode of the Musical Circle. Please welcome back to the Musical Circle in a very long time, the band Young Gun Silver Fox with their song called Burning Daylight.
I've been hiding in the shadows,
And that song that you all just heard here on the Musical Circle was the song Burning Daylight by the band Young Gun Silver Fox from their newest album, which was released last Friday before this episode of the Musical Circle, which is called Pleasure. There is a couple of good songs on that album called Pleasure, which is called Holding Back the Fire, and then Stealing Time for those of you who love calmer music or softer music or smoother music that you all just heard a moment ago, such as the song Burning Daylight by the band Young Gun Silver Fox, which I hope you guys liked, and I hope all of you enjoyed that song here on the Musical Circle. We are 7 songs into the Musical Circle, and I hope all of you are having a great time so far, because we're going to continue on with the new music here in this part of the Musical Circle. The next 2 songs are from the same exact album. This album came out on Tuesday, just this past Tuesday. This is from their new album called Equus Calibus, which is a scientific species for a horse. Some of you in the United Kingdom call it a pony. Some of you may actually call it a horse. I call it a horse, so let's leave it at that. This is by the band Men I Trust with their song called Carried Away. And that song that you all just heard on the Musical Circle was the song called Carried Away by the band Men I Trust from their newest album, which dropped this Tuesday, which was called Equus Caballas, which I hope all of you enjoyed here on this episode of the Musical Circle with their song once again called Carried Away by the band Men I Trust. And they are going to stay here on the Musical Circle with the very next song also from the same exact album, which is later on in the album. This is their other song by the band Men I Trust with their newest song called Where I Sit. And that song that you all just heard was the song Where I Sit, also by the band Men I Trust, which I hope all of you had a great time with, and I hope all of you enjoyed that song once again called Where I Sit by the band Men I Trust from their new album called Equus Caballas, which I hope all of you do go find, and I hope all of you enjoyed that song once again, Where I Sit and Carried Away, both by the band Men I Trust. Before we go into our next song, here is a quick recap of what's been happening here on the Musical Circle, as well as a couple of new releases that are coming out tomorrow at the time of this episode here on the Musical Circle. So a couple of things that's been going on for the Musical Circle. We have next week's episode, which is next Thursday episode, a jazz episode of the Musical Circle, an all jazz episode, Jazzy Checkpoint III of the Musical Circle. That will happen next Thursday for all of you here on the Musical Circle. Hope all of you have a good time with that episode as well next week, and please join me for that next week as well. And a couple of new releases that are going to be coming out tomorrow. We have Cali U Cheese, who will come out with her new album, which is called Sincerely, which was highly anticipated as well. Pink Panther is coming out with a new album tomorrow called Fancy That. That is the name of the album. And then there's another album coming out from the band Sleep Token called Even in Arcadia. And then there is another album coming out from Kaleo with their album Mixed Emotions. That's coming out tomorrow. And then the band The Head and the Heart with their new album called Aperture, which I have mentioned a couple of times before on the Musical Circle. That will come out tomorrow. And Naomi Sharon with her new album called The Only Love We Know. So check out all of those albums, which are going to be coming out tomorrow at the time of this episode of the Musical Circle. We will now head into the next song, which is going to be a pretty fun song here for all of you here on the Musical Circle. This is a rap song, but it absolutely deserves to be on the Musical Circle. From the 2006 album Lupe Fiasco's Food and Liquor, this is the rapper Lupe Fiasco with his song called Kick and Push.
What up, y'all? Yeah, soundtrack, what's poppin', baby? Woo! If y'all ain't know, I go by the name of Lupe Fiasco, representing that first and 15. Yeah, and this one right here, I dedicate this one right here to all my homies out there grinding. You know what I'm saying? Legally and illegally. You know what I'm talking about? So, check it out. First got it when he was 6, didn't know any tricks. Matter of fact, first time he got on it, he slipped, landed on his hip and busted his lip. For a week he had to talk with a lisp like this. Now we can end the story right here, but shorty didn't quit, it was something in the air. Yeah, he said it was something so appealing, he couldn't fight the feeling, something about it. He knew he couldn't doubt it, couldn't understand it. Branded, since the first kick flip he landed. Labeled a misfit, a bandit. Cocoon, cocoon, cocoon. His neighbors couldn't stand it, so he was banished to the park. Started in the morning, one stopped after dark. Yeah, when they said it's getting late in here, so I'm sorry, young man, there's no skating here. And so we kick, push, kick, push, kick, push, kick, push, coast. And the way he rolled, just a rebel to the world with no place to go. And so we kick, push, kick, push, kick, push, kick, push, coast. So come and skate with me, just a rebel looking for a place to be. So let's kick and push and coast. My man got a little older, became a better roller. Yeah, no helmet, hell-bent on is what his mama said, but he was feeling himself. Got a little more swagger in his style. Met his girlfriend, she was clapping in the crowd. Love is what was happening to him now. He said I would marry you, but I'm engaged to these aerials and varials, and I don't think this board is strong enough to carry two. She said bow, I weigh 120 pounds. Now, let me make one thing clear, I don't need to ride yours, I got mine right here. So she took him to a spot he didn't know about, some odd in the apartment parking lot. She said, I don't normally take dates in here. Security came and said, I'm sorry, there's no skating here. And so they kick, push, kick, push, kick, push, kick, push, coast. And the way they roll, just lovers intertwined with no place to go. And so they kick, push, kick, push, kick, push, kick, push, coast. So come and skate with me, just a rebel looking for a place to be. So let's kick, and push, and coast. Yeah, swanky. Yeah, before he knew he had a crew that wasn't no punk, and they spit fire shirts and SB dunks. They would push till they couldn't skate no more. Office building lobbies wasn't safe no more, and it wasn't like they wasn't getting chased no more. Just the freedom was better than breathing, they said. An escape route they used to escape out when things got crazy. They needed to break out. They'd head to any place with stairs, any good grinds, the world was theirs. And they four wheels would take them there until the cops came and said there's no skating here. And so they kick, push, kick, push, kick, push, kick, push, coast. And the way they roll, just rebels without a cause with no place to go. And so they kick, push, kick, push, kick, push, kick, push, coast. So come roll with me, just a rebel looking for a place to be. So let's kick, and push, and coast. Haha, swanky.
And that song that you all just heard on the Musical Circle was the song Kick and Push by the rapper Lupe Fiasco from 2006 from his album Food and Liquor by Lupe Fiasco with his song once again called Kick and Push. Hope all of you like that song here on this episode of the Musical Circle. And before we go into our next song, here is a quick recap of the songs you all have heard up to this point here on the Musical Circle so far. The first song that we played was the song Lonely Again by Becky Hill. And then the next song after that, Relax My Eyes by ANOTR and Abel Balder from 2022. And then after that was Outside by Calvin Harris and Ellie Goulding. And then after that was Mainline by Sultan and Shepherd, who made their Musical Circle debut earlier on. And then right after that is the next song, Fragments of Time by Daft Punk and Todd Edwards. A Kind of Magic by the band Queen. Burning Daylight by the band Young Gun Silver Fox. Carried Away and Where I Sit, both by the band Men I Trust, and the song you all just heard a moment ago, Kick and Push by Lupe Fiasco. Hope all of you enjoyed that song, and hopefully all of you are enjoying yourselves here on the Musical Circle. I apologize if I may stutter a little bit. That's fine. We all make mistakes. We're all human. But on to the next song we're going to go to from 2013 from their album Talking Dreams by the band known as Echo Smith with the song called Cool Kids.
Not really her style. And they all got the same heartbeat, but hers is falling behind. Nothing in this world could ever bring them down. Yeah, they're invincible, and she's just in the background. And she says, I wish that I could be like the cool kids, 'cause all the cool kids, they seem to fit in. I wish that I could be like the cool kids, like the cool kids. He says I'm talking with a big smile, but they haven't got a clue. Yeah, they're living the good life, can't see what he is going through. They're driving fast cars, but they don't know where they're going. In the fast lane, living life without knowing. And he says, I wish that I could be like the cool kids, 'cause all the cool kids, they seem to fit in. I wish that I could be like the cool kids, like the cool kids. I wish that I could be like the cool kids, 'cause all the cool kids, they seem to get it. I wish that I could be like the cool kids, like the cool kids. And they said, I wish that I could be like the cool kids, 'cause all the cool kids, they seem to fit in. I wish that I
And that song that you all just heard was the song Cool Kids by the band Echo Smith from the 2013 album Talking Dreams, which I hope all of you had a good time with, and I hope all of you enjoyed that song here on The Musical Circle. I am your host, Ben Charles, for The Musical Circle, and the song you all just heard, which was the song Cool Kids by the band Echo Smith. Hope all of you enjoyed that song once again here on The Musical Circle, as we are now about to reach the halfway point of this episode of The Musical Circle, which I hope all of you are having a great time with, and we still got a lot more still to come here on The Musical Circle. The next song we're going to play is from the 2015 album called Beneath the Skin. This is by the band of Monsters and Men with their song called Empire.
Feel the ocean acid breeze, shimmering cheek. See the mountains where they meet, smothering me as the wind fans off the waves. I count down the days, heavy stones, fear no weather. How it echoes through the chest.
And that song that you all just heard was the song called Empire by the band of Monsters and Men from the 2015 album Beneath the Skin, which I hope all of you do go find, and I hope all of you enjoyed that song called Empire by the band of Monsters and Men. Hope you guys like that song here on the Musical Circle, as we have now officially reached the second half of this incredible episode so far here on the Musical Circle, as we head right now into the next song, which is also a pretty fun song. We're going to turn it up a little bit, not the volume, but we're going to turn up the vibe for this episode of the Musical Circle. This next song is from the 2017 album Wonderful Wonderful. This is by the band, the rock band known as The Killers, with their song which is called The Man. And that song that you all just heard here on the Musical Circle was the song called The Man by the rock band known as The Killers from the 2017 album Wonderful, Wonderful, which I hope all of you enjoyed here on this episode of the Musical Circle. Hope all of you liked that song, with the song once again called The Man by the rock band known as The Killers. Oh, and there are a couple of the band The Killers fans out there, so for those of you who like The Killers, the band The Killers that is, well, that was the song for you, and I hope all of you enjoyed it. On to the next song. This is also from another rock band here on this episode of the Musical Circle. You all are noticing we are adding a little bit more rock music here into this episode of the Musical Circle. This is from the 2014 album Native. This is the song Love Runs Out by the band One Republic. And that song that you all just heard here on the Musical Circle was the song Love Runs Out by the band One Republic from the 2014 album called Native by One Republic, with their song you all just heard a moment ago called Love Runs Out. Hope all of you enjoyed that song, and hopefully all of you really had a good time with that song here on the Musical Circle. Pretty up-tempo, a pretty upbeat song that you all just heard here on the Musical Circle. And we're going to continue on with that as we continue on with the next song that we are going to play, another throwback song. And this song I do remember from a video game, but I don't remember which video game, because I do remember this was in a different video game that I did have, but I don't remember which video game it was actually in, but I do remember this song specifically. So this is from the 80s. This is from his 1984 album called Reckless. This is by Bryan Adams with his song Run to You.
She says her love for me could never die, change if she ever found out about you and I. Oh, but her love is cold. It wouldn't hurt her if she didn't know. 'Cause when it gets too much, I need to feel your touch. I'm gonna run to you. I'm gonna run to you. 'Cause when we're feeling right, I'm gonna run all night. I'm gonna run to you.
And that song that you all just heard here on the Musical Circle with Ben Charles was the song Run to You by the singer Bryan Adams, a rock singer, which I hope all of you enjoyed here on this episode of the Musical Circle. That was from his album called Reckless by the singer Bryan Adams with his song called Run to You. Hope all of you like that song here on the Musical Circle. We have 8 more songs to go before the end of this episode of the Musical Circle, which has so far been a pretty good episode so far here for the Musical Circle. And I hope all of you are having a great time and enjoying yourselves, and most of all, having a wonderful day and the rest of your evening with the Musical Circle. On to the next song we're going to go to now. This next song is from 2015 from his album Heart Blanche. This is by CeeLo Green with his song called Music to My Soul. And that song that you all just heard was the song called Music to My Soul by the singer known as CeeLo Green from 2015 from his album Heart Blanche, which I hope all of you enjoyed here on this episode of the Musical Circle with Ben Charles that you are listening to at this moment in time. And I hope all of you enjoyed that song once again called Music to My Soul by CeeLo Green. Hope you guys like that song. Another great dance song here on the Musical Circle that we're going to play in just a little bit. I have a little bit of a story behind this song. My friend Elizabeth, who actually recommended me this song, she told me that this song has never been on the Musical Circle and that I have never played it before, not even live. And I say, what? Really? I've never played this before? And she said yes. And I was like, you know what? I think it's a good idea, a good time to put this on here on the Musical Circle. This is a pretty up-tempo song. Some of you may know this song, others of you may not, but this is a great song nonetheless. This is from the 2018 album Brighter Days. This is by Zagala featuring the singer Paloma Faith with the song called Lullaby.
Will you lay me down, make my heart the only sound? Throw my fears all to the ground. Will you hold me? Will you serenade me with the song you used to play till the night turns into day? Will you hold me? 'Cause all I need is somebody near me when my heart gets weak. Somebody out there watching over me when I'm so tired I can't even sleep. Won't you sing me your sweet lullaby? Just the sound of your voice is the thing that I need. Won't you sing me your sweet lullaby? I could fall for the sound of your sweet melody. 'Cause I just need your song, something to sing along. When I'm not feeling strong, I need you to sing me your sweet lullaby. Need the sound of a sweet melody, so sing to me. So sing to me. Need the sound of a sweet melody, so sing to me. I'll be there when you're down, 'cause forever I am bound. Oh my love, I'll shout it out, let me hold you. No journey is too far for the one who healed my scars. You're my savior, you're my star, let me hold you. 'Cause all I need is somebody near me when my heart gets weak. Somebody out there watching over me when I'm so tired I can't even sleep. Won't you sing me your sweet lullaby? Just the sound of your voice is the thing that I need. Won't you sing me your sweet lullaby? I can fall for the sound of your sweet melody, so sing to me. When I'm not sleeping, you're all I need, and when my heart stops beating, just sing to me. When I'm not sleeping, you're all I need, and when my heart stops beating, just sing to me. When I'm not sleeping, you're all I need, and just sing to me. And you please sing to me. Won't you sing me your sweet lullaby? Just the sound of your voice is the thing that I need. Won't you sing me your sweet lullaby? I can fall for the sound of your sweet melody. 'Cause I just need your song, something to sing along. When I'm not feeling strong, I need you to sing me your sweet lullaby. Need the sound of a sweet melody, so sing to me.
And that song that you all just heard here on the Musical Circle was the song called Lullaby by the producer and DJ known as Sigala, featuring the singer Paloma Faith from 2018 from Sigala's 2018 album called Brighter Days, which I hope all of you enjoyed and enjoyed yourselves here on the Musical Circle. We have 6 more songs to go before the end of this episode of the Musical Circle, and we are rolling here on the Musical Circle. That song you all just heard, once again, was Lullaby by Zagala and Paloma Faith. And we're going to go now into a new song. This song just released last week before this episode of the Musical Circle. This is his newest song by Damiano David with his song, which is called Voices.
New house, new me, new state, new look, new car, new plate, but I still feel you close. My new girl, she don't lie, she wants that simple life, but damn, she sounds like you. They said that moving on will heal it over time. It's your imagination telling you the lies. They say throwing out your things will set it right. Out of sight, but you're still on my mind. Oh, these voices, they're gonna find me wherever I go, wherever I go. Oh, these voices, they're gonna drive me right back to your door, right back to your door. Oh, baby, I've been running, chasing after silence. Every road I take leads straight to you. Oh, these voices, they're gonna find It's your imagination telling you the lies. They say throwing out your face would set it right. Out of sight, but you're still on my mind. Oh, these voices, they're gonna find me wherever I go, wherever I go. Oh, these voices, they're gonna drive me right back to your door, right back to your door. Oh, baby, I've been running, chasing after silence. Every road I take leads straight to you. Oh, these voices, they're gonna find me wherever I go. Tell me you can do. They're all in my head, won't let me to bed, won't let me forget. They going round, round, yeah. They're all in my head, won't let me to bed, won't let me forget. They going round. These voices, they're gonna find me wherever I go, wherever I go. Oh, these voices, they're gonna drive me right back to your door, right back to your door. Oh, baby, I've been running, chasing after silence. Every road I take leads straight to you. Oh, these voices, they're gonna find me wherever I go. Tell me you can do. They're all in my head, won't let me to bed, won't let me forget. They going round, round, yeah. They're all in my head, won't let me to bed, won't let me forget. They going round, round, yeah.
And that song that you all just heard here on the Musical Circle with Ben Charles was Damiano David's newest song, which is called Voices by Damiano David, who just made his Musical Circle debut on this episode. And I hope all of you enjoyed that song once again, called Voices by Damiano David, which I hope you guys liked and enjoyed yourselves here on the Musical Circle with that song called Voices. And we're going to continue with the good times here on the Musical Circle as we are now near the near end of this episode of the Musical Circle for what has been a great episode so far here on the Musical Circle, and we have 5 more songs to go, so let's make these songs count and let's make these good times count while we are all here. Thank you all so much for listening to the Musical Circle. If you are listening at this moment in time or wherever all of you may be, I am Ben Charles, your host of the Musical Circle, joining you all and hopefully providing you all with some great company and some comfort here with the Musical Circle. The next song we're going to play is from 2012 from their album, which is called Abel. This is by Mumford & Sons with the song I Will Wait.
Like a stone, and I fell heavy into your arms. These days of dust, which we've known, will blow away with this new sun. But I'll kneel down, wait for now. And I'll kneel down, know my ground. And I will wait for you. And I will wait for you. So break my step and relent. Well, you forgave and I won't forget. Know what we've seen and him with less. Now in some way shape the excess. 'Cause I will wait for you. all as strong, and use my head alongside my heart. So tame my flesh and fix my eyes, a tethered mind freed from the lies. And I'll kneel down, wait for now. I'll kneel down, know my ground. Woo! Raise my hands, paint my spirit gold, and bow my head, keep my heart slow. 'Cause I will wait for you, and I will wait for you, and I will wait for you, and I will wait for you.
And that song that you all just heard was the song which is called I Will Wait by the band known as Mumford & Sons from their 2012 album which is called Abel, which I hope all of you enjoyed here on this episode of the Musical Circle with the song once again I Will Wait by the band known as Mumford & Sons, which I hope all of you had a great time with. A very nice guitar song here on the Musical Circle. As we are now near the end of the Musical Circle, we have 4 more songs to go, and I hope all of you are enjoying yourselves the rest of the way here on the Musical Circle. On to the next song we'll go to. Remember earlier on in the episode when I said there was another Calvin Harris song here on this episode? Well, here we are. This is another Calvin Harris song, but the difference is this is a younger Calvin Harris song. People forget about Calvin Harris and David Guetta. They've been around for a while, like since the mid 2000s and everything like that. They've been around for a while, so it's been pretty cool to not only rediscover some of their music, some of their older music as well, but it's also been pretty fun to give all of you an idea of like where everyone started from, basically, to make a long story short. But we're going to play now from the 2009 album Ready for the Weekend, and as I said, this is by Calvin Harris with the song called Stars Come Out.
Watching the stars come out. Come and get the train, go straight through the cemetery. Feel the morning rain, dancing round the Colosseum. I cannot explain something in your chemistry. Power to your brain, power to the mind's museum. Come and get the train, go straight through the cemetery. Feel the morning rain, dancing round the Colosseum. I cannot explain something in your chemistry. Power to your brain, 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 brain.
We can watch the stars come out.
watching the stars come out. Come and get the train, rush right through the cemetery. Feel the morning rain, dancing round the Colosseum. I cannot explain something in your chemistry. Power to your brain, 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 brain.
We can watch the stars come out, find out what we like about everyone without a doubt.
We can watch the stars come out.
We can watch the stars come out, find out what we like about everyone without a doubt.
We can watch the stars come out.
We can watch the stars come out, find out what we like about everyone without a doubt.
We can watch the stars come out.
We can watch the stars come out, find out what we like about everyone without a doubt.
We can watch the stars come out. Lying in the grass, watching the stars come out. Lying in the grass, watching the stars come out.
Watch the stars come out. Watch the stars come out. Watch the stars come out. Watch the stars come out. Watch the stars come out. Watch the stars come out. Watch the stars come out. Watch the stars come out. Watch the stars come out. Watch the stars come out. Watch the stars come out. Watch the stars come out. Watch the stars come out.
And that song that you all just heard here on the Musical Circle with Ben Charles was the song called Stars Come Out by a younger Calvin Harris from his 2009 album Ready for the Weekend, with the song once again Stars Come Out by Calvin Harris. Hope you guys enjoyed that song, and hopefully all of you had a great time with that song here on the Musical Circle. Another great dance song here on the Musical Circle, and we're going to continue with the good times and the good vibes as always with the Musical Circle. We have 4 more songs to go before the end of this episode of the Musical Circle, for those of you just listening in, and for those of you who are continuing to have fun with the Musical Circle, and wherever you may be listening to, thank you all so much. We really appreciate all of you guys. Without this support from all of you, this show does not exist in any capacity and in any way, shape, or form. So thank you all so much for being here with the Musical Circle. We're going to go into the very next song, which is also another 2010 song. This is from their 2015 album, which is called Dopamine. This is by the singer known as Borns, with the song which is called Past Lives.
Past lives couldn't ever hold me down. Lost love is sweeter when it's finally found. I've got the strangest feeling. This isn't our first time around. Past lives couldn't ever come between us. Sometimes the dreamers finally wake up. Don't wake me, I'm not dreaming. Don't wake me, I'm not dreaming.
All my past lives, they got nothing on me. Go
And that song that you all just heard here on the Musical Circle was the song called Past Lives by the singer Borns from the 2015 album called Dopamine, which I hope all of you enjoyed here on this episode of the Musical Circle, once again with the song Past Lives by the singer known as Borns. I had a little bit of an observation concerning that song. The song is about a woman who hasn't not been seen by another, people who have lost their way, another friend of theirs, a former friend of theirs, maybe for years on end. This reminds me of the time where I just recently reconnected with a childhood friend of mine who I spent a good amount of my childhood with, and I did not really get the chance to tell them I'm sorry for leaving them. I'm sorry for basically leaving them high and dry and everything like that. I didn't really intend to. Basically, we just went our separate ways, but then, like the old saying goes, what goes around comes back around again. So there we go. But I recently reconnected with a childhood friend of mine who I haven't spoken to in 9 years. And it's been pretty interesting to say the least. And past lives, sometimes, it's very interesting to describe it. Like, some past lives are actually pretty good. Others of it is pretty troubled. Others is pretty difficult to actually explain or put into words, which is understandable, which is fine. I'm not forcing any of you to do so. But I'm going to say this. If you do have a pretty good past life or anything like that, then really, you're in good hands. You're in a good spot. And most of all, you should be grateful that you are here. And thank you all for listening. And most of all, being here with the Musical Circle. We're going to go into the next song now, a 2024 song. This is from the 2024 album, which is called Loom. This is by the band Imagine Dragons with the song called Don't Forget Me.
After the party and people all fade, that's when I miss you the most. Tried to forget you but can't find the way. Guess that's just life, I suppose. But I miss you when you're gone, and I know that life moves on. But I can't just replace you with this much regret. Please don't forget about me. Just don't forget me. Don't forget me. Just don't forget me. Don't forget me. Remember when all that we had was your car, counting our quarters each night. Every day wandering towards our North Star. Guess we got lost in the light. But I miss you when you're gone, so I wrote you one last song. But I can't just replace you with this much regret. Please don't forget about me. Just don't forget me. Don't forget me. Just don't forget me. Promise me don't forget me. Just even when it's gone, can we just hold on? After the years and the thousands of tears, say it till nothing is left. I won't forget you. I won't forget you. So don't forget me. Don't forget me. Don't forget me. Promise me don't forget me. Just asking you, begging you, promise me just asking you, begging you, promise me don't forget me. Just
And that was the song, which was called Don't Forget Me by Imagine Dragons from their 2024 album called Loom, which I hope all of you enjoyed, but we have unfortunately run out of time. We're at the end of episode 71 of The Musical Circle. If any of you missed this episode or a song or two in this episode of The Musical Circle, it will be available on demand on the Musical Circle page on the Rainbow Player, as well as Apple Podcasts, YouTube, and YouTube Music, and many other ways possible. It can also possibly be on Spotify as well. Thank you all for being here listening to The Musical Circle as we continue on the road to 75 for The Musical Circle. As I mentioned earlier a couple of times, next Thursday, the 15th of May, which is our next episode of The Musical Circle, that will be an all-jazz episode of The Musical Circle, Jazzy Checkpoint 3, which is already going to be a stacked episode, and it does help that The Musical Circle has a lot of variety, which I'm sure a lot of you have not only have come to appreciate, but also understand. For those of you who don't know about these showcase episodes for The Musical Circle, they are basically episodes where it is dedicated to different genres of music. For instance, rock music, which is a part of the Living for the Moment series, which is volumes 1, 2, and 3, and so on and so forth. They are basically a part of an actual series within the actual show itself. So these showcase episodes, for example, Living for the Moment, volumes 1, 2, and 3, A Soul Experience, which is all R&B music, which is also 1, 2, and 3, which also just happened back in February of this year in 2025. And then there is the alternative and indie showcase episodes as well, and then Jazzy Checkpoint, which is obviously 1 and 2, and upcoming next week is Jazzy Checkpoint 3. I am glad all of you were here, and I hope all of you had an amazing time with The Musical Circle, and I wish to see you all back here on The Musical Circle on the 15th of May, which will be our next episode. The last song on The Musical Circle is the song which is called Wait by M83 from the 2010 album Hurry Up, We're Dreaming. For those of you on Rainbow Radio Wells, we were heading to the late checkout show with Avi Sick with her new episode, which I hope all of you have a good time with. And for those of you who are listening anywhere else, this is the last song you will hear, which is once again called Wait by M83. Until next Thursday, the 15th of May, for episode 72 of The Musical Circle, which will be titled Jazzy Checkpoint 3. I am Ben Charles, the host of The Musical Circle. Remember, everyone, be grateful for the life you live. Take care of yourself and other people you love. And as always, I wish you all love, happiness, and a good life, no matter what, wherever you are, and wherever you may be.
Very is no goodbye.